Hi, this is Jeremiah Israel, and this is the Jeremiah Report. That's right, the Jeremiah Report. Check it out, man. Another shooting on an army base. People gotta realize something. Shooting at U.S. Army Fort Hood base in Texas. Madness. Can these people keep anything in order? What is going on in military bases to the point where people are coming out outright shooting people? People better start asking that question. Now, if these people are crazy, but why are they doing it? They are snapping. And personally, it's amazing they are snapping. Alright? Let me read this real quick. A shooting at the U.S. Fort Hood base in Texas has left 4 people dead, including a gunman who died from self-inflicted wounds, and 16 injuries. The suspect name is known, but next of kin has not yet been informed. Military officials have said President Obama said he was heartbroken over the attack. A gun rampage at the same base in 2009 left 13 soldiers dead and 32 wounded. Nida Hassan was sentenced to death for the attack. Now, you gotta ask yourself, what exactly is going on these bases that 2 separate people pulled out a gun and start shooting people? What are they doing? Is it that bad? Are these people actually protecting you? You gotta ask your question nowadays that these people didn't snap because they was actually not doing their job, or they was actually purposely trying to go against what people sign up in the military for and try to coerce the person that gunned down all those people, 4 people, to do the job. So he probably gunned down the people that was in Fort Hood and killed himself. Makes a lot of sense nowadays, I think. The all clear has now sounded the base, and cars are leaving the complex. U.S. military spokesman Lieutenant Jean Mark Milley told reporters that there was so far no indication that the shooting were related to the terrorism, but it had not been ruled out. Jean Miller said the suspect had served in Iraq and was being assessed to see if he had post-traumatic stress disorder. He said that the gunman was suffered from depression and anxiety. Killing Major Daniel Quipin said the community feels helpless. The general said that it was not clear if the attack was premeditated and those wounded and killed were all members of the military. The soldier drove to two buildings on the base and opened fire before he was stopped by the military police. In the incident that lasted between 15 and 20 minutes, he then shot himself in the head with a .45 caliber pistol, General Millian said. It's getting ridiculous, man. Look at this. Sadness. Unbelievable situation. How can 2 incidents happen on the same base? You think they'll boost up military security? Alright? And as simple as that. I mean, it must have been so bad that these people are doing something strange on that base. Very, 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 very strange, to the point that two separate people from the same base came on that base shooting. I don't think these people need to be investigated. I think Fort Hood might be needed some investigation. Alright. A shelter-in-place order has been issued for Fort Hood when news of active shooter broke early on Wednesday. The 1st Cavalry Division, based on Fort Hood, sent a Twitter alert telling people to close doors and stay away from the windows. A number of U.S. media sites named the gunman as 34-year-old enlisted soldier Ivan Lopez. Mr. Obama earlier said this was a fluid situation he was following closely. I want to just ensure all of us we are going to get to the bottom exactly what happened, he told reporters in Chicago. Mr. Obama said Fort Hood has sacrificed so much for freedom. We know these families. We know their incredible service to our country and sacrifice that they make. Obviously, our thoughts and prayers are with the entire family, he said. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel called the shooting a terrible tragedy. Daniel Corbin, mayor of nearby Killeen, Texas, told the BBC he felt nearly indescribable grief for those involved. He prayed for them when they are deployed. We try to take care of their families, and we're really close as a community to Fort Hood. He said, you wish you could, give some immediate help, but you can't. And this is the location of Fort Hood, Dallas, Texas, and stuff like that. And if you want to, you need to go down there and investigate it, because these people are crazy. They're hiding something. What is happening in Fort Hood? What is happening in Fort Hood? That's the question. Major Hassan was sentenced to death last September over the 2009 shooting rampage. He claimed he opened fire at the army base to protect Taliban insurgents from U.S. troops who were about to deploy to Afghanistan. That don't even sound right. It was the deadliest attack on domestic military installations in the U.S. history. Are you in the area? Have you been affected? No, I haven't. I live somewhere else. So, Mr. President, what is going on in your areas? Fort Hood, 2 shootings. 2 shootings within a 5 years time span, sir. What is going on in the military bases today that they will get a bunch of people get up and start shooting and killing people and then pulling the gun on themselves? What are you doing, sir? What are you doing in those classified, high-fenced, heavily militarily guarded bases? Alright? What just happened by 2 separate people doesn't make sense. People better start turning their eyes on their politicians and their military servicemen before the military servicemen start pulling the gun, turning the guns on us. This is Jeremiah Israel, and this is the Jeremiah Report.